Hey Grandma, it's a beautiful day today in New York. It's 75 degrees outside, and I'm just outside my building right now because I need to go run some errands. But this is it, Hudson Crossing, and I'll show you in another video the inside. But we're just here on the corner of 37th and 9th Avenue. And yeah, so we're just gonna walk along the street and we're gonna go to dun 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 Trader Joe's. So this is the route that I like to take, and we are crossing over right now the entrance to the Lincoln Tunnel, which goes to Jersey. And again, beautiful day, and this is my neighborhood. That area, which is the one we're walking into, is Hudson Yards. That's the newest development in New York City. It's on the west side, right next to the Hudson River. So you probably noticed my building right there. It's called Hudson Crossing, and that's because it's really close to the Hudson River. So here's another sister building that's owned by the same company. There's actually a chance that I might be getting into that building a little bit later because of the process. They have some gorgeous one-bedrooms as well as a beautiful gym, similar to the one that I've got. Just a bigger space. But yeah, so we're just walking down, and I'm going to start up the video again as soon as we get to the Hudson Yards area. Oh, that's Brooklyn Fare. That's a really fancy grocery store that I like to go to sometimes. If I don't have time to go to Trader Joe's, then I'll just stop by there. It's gorgeous. And a really funny thing about it is that inside they have a special elevator that goes to maybe the top floor of that building. And there they have a special tasting room where they'll make tiny little dishes for everybody to eat, kind of like tapas. And it's like a 3-star Michelin restaurant, but you wouldn't know it exists unless you Google it or unless you like check it out on the computer. So again, this is my street, beautiful tree lined. Now we're coming up at 37th and 9th Ave. It's 37th and 10th Ave. Officially coming into the Hudson Yards area of Manhattan. It's the newest, the most exclusive neighborhood in New York City. I love this outdoor patio. Sometimes I'll come here to eat because they have a really nice deli on the corner. So I like to order some sandwiches. They call them Heroes. And then I'll just sit out there and eat. But here we are, 10th Avenue. This is dun dun. Again, the neighborhood of Hudson Yards. And so they're building this new building right there. You could probably see it. Facebook is going to lease a ton of little offices. And you'll see those little outcuts in the building. That's because that design is going to be so that those are going to be like little terrace areas, little outdoor terraces in the middle of the building. Beautiful, beautiful place. It's going to open up in, I think, 2 years from now. But Facebook has already leased a bunch of area. So that's pretty exciting. I think jaywalking is like kind of the thing. If you're not jaywalking, then you're just not doing it right. Because everybody in New York City jaywalks, even the police. It's just how things go. But we are coming next to another residential building that's going up here. And this residential building is going to be very similar to the one that I'm in. And because I live in the area, I actually have a really good chance of getting into it when they open up. There's actually 3 or 4 more buildings just like that going up in the Hudson Yards area. So there's a really good chance that I'll get one of them. This is a really beautiful restaurant. I love this place. Every time I come here, I always have excellent service, but it's kind of like a classic American place. I really like that. And just gonna wait for a second, but you'll see all of these outdoor places for people to eat. This is because of the COVID-19 situation going on. So you can have outdoor seating and that's fine, but people aren't allowed to eat indoors at restaurants for the moment. More beautiful tree-lined streets of New York City. Okay. So, I think we're gonna get a view of it soon, but there is a gorgeous view tower, or a gorgeous view platform at the top of one of these buildings. It's the highest viewing platform in all of the United States, and we're going to be able to see it kind of soon, but just to get the scale for these buildings, they're huge! Absolutely huge. Again, this is the newest development in Manhattan, and it was like the one area that had been left underdeveloped, the Hudson Yards area. So it was a huge undertaking. And it's really special because what they did was they built a giant cement platform above a bunch of train tracks. And then on that cement platform is where they built all of these buildings. It was a multi-billion-dollar project, the most expensive private real estate project in the United States history, here in New York City. They broke ground, gosh, I want to say 5-6 years ago, and have been building since. It was home to the Neiman Marcus department store, which is still there, though they closed for bankruptcy because of the whole COVID-19 situation, but it's still there along with the Hudson Yards Mall and the Vessel. So this is just a bunch of construction. I'm gonna turn it on in a second when we get back to the really exciting area.